For the most part, I suggest that you charge by the form prepared. In fact, the most common way to charge for tax preparation services is to charge per form. This allows you to estimate a person's preparation fee by calculating what you would have charged if you had prepared the return for the prior year. But when you provide an estimated fee based on the previous year's return, you should let them know that with the recent tax law changes and possible changes in their lifestyle, you can't guarantee that the fee will be the same. Many tax software programs will allow you to enter your per form fee schedule into the system, and it will actually calculate the fee based on the forms in the return. This benefit certainly reduces your work and any chance for billing errors. A list of standard per form charges, including an average charge for state returns, is located in the workbook. This pricing is based on averages presently used by tax practitioners and may need to be adjusted to your individual qualifications and area. For example, CPAs can charge about 40% more due to their professional designation. These per form charges are based on suburban practices. An urban area, such as a downtown location, may generally charge 15% more, while a rural area may need to discount their fees by up to 20% to remain competitive. Let's say, for instance, that the chart in your workbook indicates, based on this client's tax forms, that you should charge $200 to complete a return. But since you live in a farming community, you may choose to reduce your fees by 20% and charge around $160 to be competitive with other tax professionals in your area. Until you have the experience under your belt, it's a good idea to bill based on the forms prepared. Then, in future tax seasons, evaluate whether or not to change. What about state returns? Although state returns are always easier than federal returns, some state returns are more difficult than others. Actually, whatever your state return is, you will become very familiar with it early on in the tax season, and it will become easier with each return that you prepare. Since you will be unfamiliar with other states' returns, there will be a learning curve associated with them, and so the fee for out-of-state returns will be higher. All this information can be found in your workbook. Tax returns for part-year residents are often troublesome, so you'll want to charge an in-state and out-of-state fee. For instance, I just completed a form for a CPA in my home state. During last year, she spent over a month in Colorado on an audit engagement, and therefore I had to prepare a tax return for both her home state and Colorado. This required me to apportion her income to each state and calculate a state return which was less familiar to me. Although the tax software makes it somewhat transparent, it still took some extra research to ensure that everything was filled in correctly.